We'll begin with the Rivers State affairs. This week, the Supreme Court affirmed the judgment of the Federal High Court that barred the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, and the Accountant General of the Federation from releasing statutory monthly allocations to Rivers State. The Apex Court also ordered the Martin Samawele-led faction of the Rivers State House of Assembly and other elected members of the House to resume seating. In the judgment delivered on Friday, a 5-member panel of the Apex Court faulted the Abuja Court of Appeal for voiding the judgment of the Federal High Court. Emmanuel Agim, who read the lead judgment, held that the 27 lawmakers alleged to have defected from the People's Democratic Party PDP to the All Progressives Congress APC are still valid members of the Rivers Assembly. And of course, to discuss this update with me is Adini Ojikutu. Of course, he's a political analyst, and he's right here with me in the studio. Adini, good to have you on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much.
It's my pleasure.
And of course, on Zoom, joining us virtually is Olayinka Daniels. He's a lawyer, and of course, I know we'll be having his perspective on the show this evening. Olayinka, good to have you on Newsweek this evening.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Good evening.
Right, fantastic. I'll begin with you straight up. Now, what implications does this ruling have for the life force of the political spectrum in the Rivers State? Olayinka, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes.
Oh, is the question for me? Sorry.
Absolutely, yes, it's for you.
Sorry, can we take the question again? Sorry.
Yes, I said this particular ruling, what implications does it have for the life force of the political spectrum in Rivers State?
Well, it's to show clearly that no one is above the law, and no one is an islander. And Governor Siri can see clearly that some decisions are not just to be made. Because, look, we have 3 arms of government. We have the executive, we have the judiciary, we have the legislature. So the executive cannot be interfering in the business of the legislature. And this is what we have seen over time, not just particularly to Rivers State. It's almost everywhere in the state where the executives want to prevail over the legislature. And so I don't know where the independence, is coming from. Here, at least the judgment has really strengthened democracy, and it has really helped us to see that, look, there are things that has to be followed, due process. And you don't just come up to say, okay, you want to do your thing because you think you are the governor and you have the power to do so. You are independent of the legislature, so you should do your business while they do their business. So if you cannot give priority to a 3-member of the House of Assembly to deliberate, or you bring a budget before a 3-member or 4-member of the House of Assembly, and you think that will fly. No, it's not done in any democratic government. So what happened to the other 26, 27, the representative of other constituencies in the state? Meaning that the voice of their people will not be heard because you are a governor. This is not a military, government is not, a junta. I think things need to be done properly. And, well, thankfully, there are different opinions about the judgment of the Supreme Court. But for me, from my perspective, it has really strengthened democracy, and it has passed a message across to everyone that care to listen and to hear and to do the right thing, to say, look, there is no one that is above the law. We must follow the law if we have to do anything. And I think it is a welcome development, and is a good one from Supreme Court, from my thoughts.
All right, thank you very much. Now, Dr. Jikutu, taking a cue from what Olayinka just said, by the Constitution, the National Assembly shall have a minimum of 24 and a maximum of 40. But in Fubara's case, he was running the affairs of the state with just 3 lawmakers. Now, by all standards, this is not a legitimate House of Assembly. Now, do you think the governor was a victim of being misled into making these decisions that have returned to haunt him?
Basically, when they say democracy, it's about the governance of the people. And everybody should remember, and every governor should know that the day that you are elected is probably, according to Nigerian electoral system, is the same day that the House of Assembly members are elected. So what gives you the mandate? Most of the time, people that took the decisions are the people of your state. While they are voting for you as the governor, they are equally, casting their ballots also for their representatives according to, the state it takes.
Yeah.
So therefore, if you feel that you can suppress and oppress the House of Assembly the same way you are fighting the electoral, the democratic system, the rule of law that brought you to bear as the leader of the people. Now, in this particular instance, the matter did not start just at that day. Governor Fubara, this is a national TV. I can remember when Governor Fayose went for a banquet in Port Harcourt when he was being sworn in. He gave him an advice, and I want to advise everybody to watch it. That is not to say that he said, do not fight maybe your supposedly godfather, which is Governor Wike, that has, brought you here, supported you, and all that. Two of them are close. But the advice, when you said advice, the advice or ill-gotten advices that probably will have landed Governor Fubara at this point is that you should know that you are not gaining anything fighting Governor Wike because he has already done his 2 terms. So to every fight you want to go into, look at what will you gain. And this goes to every deputy governor. This goes to everybody that somebody has helped. If you are a deputy governor, instead of you to try as much as possible to work with your governor and see what you can get for your constituency. Some of them, somebody was a vice president and probably the person was not demanding or working with the president enough to get something for his own constituency, believing that the president is going to give him the mantle of leadership of the country. Most of the time it doesn't work like that. And I'm saying this to almost every deputy governor. For the fact that you have been a deputy governor, work with your governor, get what you need for your own people, but you will not want to fight the governor. You will not want to, at the end of the day, you won't get what you need. Your constituency that has, nominated you and elected you to represent them will not get enough because you are, trying to minimize the level at which you put pressure on your governor because you eventually want him to anoint you. Now, somebody that has been anointed, in case of Fubara, it's not as if Governor Wike is a semi-god. But for the fact that he has helped you, Governor Wike made a mistake, even in this whole process. Let me say it. The mistake he made, or his legal team, is that, now there is still a pending matter in court.
Yes, with the 27 lawmakers.
The 27, now what the court has determined is whether the governor should present the appropriation bill to them or not, which the Supreme Court has affirmed the ruling of the High Court. Now, faulting the decision of the Court of Appeal. Now, with that, what has not been determined is that if truly the defection of the 27 members led by Honorable Martins Amebule, if their defection truly has
been effected,
if it is effective, the Supreme Court will now determine that they are no more member of
the PDP.
The House of Assembly, not the PDP, because deflection in that section, subsection 9 of section 109, subsection 1, subsection G, it gave conditions that made your tenure as an House of Assembly member to...
Okay, let's assume you have gotten to a point where I really need to bring Olayinka Daniels now. Olayinka, very quickly, the Martins Amole-led faction of the lawmakers has finally been recognized by the Supreme Court. What does this signify for the political balance in Rivers State right now?
Well, really, if we are sincere in serving the people, I think is appropriate. And the best thing for the government is to just follow and just obey the Supreme Court judgment. And see these members of House of Assembly as the subsisting and the valid House of Assembly members that are supposed to preside on anything when it comes to legislature in that state. So it is for him to go before this house and bury his ego, because most of the times this ego thing comes in and we just want to, you know, I really, if you notice, I've not even talked about Wike, the former governor, and all that, because I'm not interested in whatever the fracas or the brouhaha between these individuals.
Okay.
I'm particularly about the governance. I'm particularly about state. I'm particularly about democracy and what should be done right. And for the judgment of the Supreme Court, I think it's appropriate for the governor to go before these members,
okay,
and do the need. If you want money to be released to the state, then do the needful.
Okay, Olayinka,
the judgment has told you what to do, so it is right for you to go back to the house and let the peace reign in the state, and you can win the confidence of your people again.
Okay.
And that's what we should be after at the moment.
Olayinka, very quickly, you just said something now that Fubara is a very stubborn person. Now, do you foresee him playing another card, you know, with the way things are going right now, other than actually obeying the court order? Do you see him playing another card that might actually defect whatever is happening right now? Do you see him complicating what is on ground, or you just see him surrendering to the Supreme Court's order for peace to reign in the state? Do you have any idea?
The question is, can Rivers State survive without the allocation?
Okay.
Maybe he has a way of generating revenues to make sure to make sure that everybody, the state is fine economically. Okay. If he can, well, maybe, and if not, I think it should very go. All right,
Olayinka.
Listen to the judgment of the Supreme Court and do the right thing.
All right, Olayinka, in 30 seconds, because we'll be going to the next topic right now. With what you are seeing happening, do you think Fubara might still want to play, tough, or just, surrender to the Supreme Court judgment and let peace reign and let allocation come and let everybody flourish?
But Governor Fubara too is a human being, and his fear is his own survival. So what should be done? My view is that, and sincere view, is that Governor Fubara only has 820 days for this first tenure. Now, he should not think about what is not in his hands. What you have, right 820 days, you can live and govern your state in peace. The solution, my solution, sincere solution, is that he should go to the president. Sincere solution. Between today, tomorrow, seek the audience of the president. Talk to him as a father. And I trust, the president's understanding. He will be able to help him mediate so that it is better to Georgia than to war. The implication of this war is eating deep on the people that requires peaceful atmosphere in their state.
And affecting all the other constituents.
And he should remember that it is his own tenor, not the tenor of Governor Wike.
All right. So thank you so much. All right. We will take a short break now, and when we return, Newsweek continues in a moment.